The Canadian Card Collector here, and welcome back to day 237 of Daily Deck Review. And the deck that we're taking a look at today is another OPC deck, and it is the Dunkers Playing Cards Cookie Edition. So, with no further ado, let's take a look and see what we get. While these are still fully sealed in the cellophane, so first we have to see if there's a pull tab and crack these right open. And I don't really see a pull tab, so I guess we'll just try to find a spot here on the top. Peel these open. Okay, now that that's off, here we have them in a matte blue finished tuck box on the front. It's more of like a sideways kind of box instead of like the standard where the text is like this way. It's more sideways, like a box of cookies. But here it says Dunkers chocolate sandwich cookie, split, dunk, devour, and OPC, 100% organic cocoa, 52 cookies. And then you kind of get the little pull tab for like the newer style cookies, where they like pull open from the top. And you got the cookie there in the background, and it is slightly embossed. So like the cookie part and like the Dunker's little logo there is slightly embossed, and so is like some of the other little letters and stuff. On the side, you just got two cookies there, and they are also embossed like the cookie part. Same thing on the other side. On the bottom, you got the little QR code, the OPC logo, and their website. And then these are from 2023, so it says 2023 first edition, one of 2,500, designed by Organic Playing Cards, distributed by Riffle Shuffle Playing Card Co., made in PRC. And that means these were not made by the United States Playing Card Company, as it says PRC, so somewhere's in Europe. One of the Europe companies I always forget. I always get those mixed up, so. And on the back, you got like the classic nutrition facts they always put on most of their decks. Yeah. And then you got the little glass of milk with some Oreos. I mean, not Oreos. I'm sorry, Dunkers, like the little nameless chocolate cookies there. And they're dunking into the milk, and some of the milk is embossed. Then you got the little ingredients list down there. And it says baked with care. And then on the top it says Dunker's chocolate sandwich cookie, and then OPC, and then you got a little stack of cookies. And the inner tuck flap has like it's a cookie there with a bite out of it and some milk splashing. It says split, dunk, devour. Then on the inner tuck flaps is that matte blue finish. And these are from PRC, or it's the Europe company. I always forget. Legends? No, I forget. I think Legends is Taiwan, I'm pretty sure, but I don't know, because they always wrap it up. So if it's ever wrapped up, you know it's not United States Playing Card Company made. And on the inside of the tuck box, this has that, well, you can see like the cookies on the inside, with the outside. You can also see those on the inside there. And then you just got that matte blue finish. Now that we took a look at the tuck box, come take a look at the cards. And first we'll start by unwrapping them, because they're wrapped up. And I don't think there's a pull tab on these, so we'll just have to somehow get these open. It might take a minute, but I'll be back when these are open. Well, it actually didn't take me too long, but I did find a pull tab here, so I'll open them here for you guys. And now that they're open here, as you can see, you got that like slightly different like texture to it, because they're made in one of the Europe factories. But then you got the classic OPC kind of design there, like the mirrored back design with the standard white border, and it's that light blue colorway with a glass of milk there and a cookie dunking in it, with like the milk splashing out, and you got the same on the other side. And then it is a mirrored back one, so if you flip it over, it's the same design in both directions. Now for the cards you get with the deck. Here we got one where it says Joker, Joker there in the corners. Then you got that cookie. I guess it is a little bit upside down. Then you got that cookie with the OPC logo on the inside there. Then you got a second Joker where it says Joker, Joker again. Then you got that same cookie top, but then you got the rest of the cookie, like the cream and the other part of the cookie. And then for the custom ace of spades here, you just got a cookie with a bite out of it, and it says Dunkers underneath. And then the rest of the spades are pretty standard. There's standard spades. And then you got the court cards. They're pretty standard like court cards. But then you always got those little extra hidden like little Easter eggs that OPC always adds. And they're in a blue and white and black colorway for court cards. And the Jack of Spades has a bottle of a 2-liter bottle of milk. And the Queen has the box of Dunkers cookies. And then the King of Spades has a mega stuffed cookie. And then for the diamonds, they're pretty standard. They're standard diamonds, just in that light blue colorway. And then you got the semi-custom court cards again, standard like faces, just in that blue, black, and white colorway. Then they all have those. The Jack of Diamonds has the tray of cookies that he's eating. And then the Queen of Diamonds has a cookie that's like twisted open and was like licking it. And then the King of Diamonds eating a cookie has a cookie with a bite out of it. And then the court, same thing, custom court cards. Well, I guess the blue and white and black colorway. And then the King of Clubs has a giant stack of cookies. The Queen has OPC Scoops, Cookies and Cream Ice Cream. So it's a little mix of both, two different decks with the ice cream deck and the cookies and cream deck. So that could be a little hint for another deck in the future, like a cookies and cream ice cream deck, because they already have the scoops like the mint version, but I don't know. We have to wait and see. And then the king, the Jack of Clubs. Oh, I just forgot what to say there. Anyway, it has a cookies and cream chocolate bar there. And then the rest of the clubs are standard clubs. And lastly, we get to the hearts, which is also in that light blue colorway. Then you got the court cards there with in the white, black, and blue colorway. And the King of Hearts has a glass of milk and a cookie. And it's gonna dunk the cookie in the milk. And then the Queen of Hearts has like a cookies and cream, like ice cream, like a milkshake kind of thing. Well, I guess not ice cream, but like some kind of like little ice cream dessert. And then the Jack of Hearts has the milkshake there with a cookies and cream little straw. And the rest of the hearts are just standard, just in the light blue colorway. The last two cards you get in the deck, you get an extra 8 of diamonds. And then you get a double backer of the back design. And while I was showing you those cards, I did say they were made in PRC. So somewhere's in Europe, or somewhere's over there, or China or something. And they definitely do have a different feel and finish to them compared to like the United States Planker Company. So you definitely notice that right away. That's one thing to notice. But now that we took a look at the cards on the test, the handling. And first we'll start with the springs. And one thing I gotta notice right away, they are on the stiffer side. So if you like stiff decks, this would be a nice deck to pick up. But if you're not a fan of stiff decks, then this might be a little bit too thick. You can get some flex to it, but it is a little bit hard to spring these. but they still do spring, and when they do spring, they're pretty nice and they're still pretty smooth. Now on to the fans. I don't know if it's just the temperature in my room or not, or if it's the cars themselves, but they don't feel like they're fanning as good for some reason. It's not overly warm in this room, so they shouldn't be sticking too much. You just gotta be broken in to like actually like fully work. They don't spread too bad, but there was a little bit of like clumpiness to them that I noticed. But you can still see most of the pips and numbers. There was a little bit of clumpiness, so they're not like the smoothest fanning deck I've used. But you probably just have to break them in a little bit. Now on to the Pharaoh. And they filled pretty smoothly there. They almost interlocked flawlessly, except for that one card that is unaligned. Now for a giant fan of the back design. Wait, what? If I can get them to line up there, okay. Now for that reverse Pharaoh. And the reverse Pharaoh is pretty smooth as well. Now for the giant fan of the faces. Now time for the riffle shuffle or bridge shuffle. Then we had 3 riffles perfectly in a row. So those work pretty nice. And they're pretty smooth. No issues there with the riffle shuffles. Now time for the packet cuts. Well, I gotta say, these packet cut pretty nice. Like they have enough like stickiness to it to like they stick together for packet cuts. It's nice. Like they're not like, overly slippery is what I mean for that. Now for the one-handed cut or Australia cut. Okay, maybe these cards have a little bit too much of a grip to it. Well, it's not a good thing though. You like to have a little bit of slipperiness to it. Like a little bit of movement. You don't want them to be like overly like sticking together. And it is the middle of like a heat wave here I'm where I live, so that could be one thing on the cards because you need like a cooler room. But, but they're still handling it okay. And now time for the dribble. They dribble pretty nicely there. Pretty average dribble, nothing overly special. But still like decently smooth there. But now time for that spread fan. And lastly, spread the cards on the table. Well, I gotta say, the design of the deck is pretty nice there. It's like the cookie themed. Then you got the pretty standard faces. But the hearts are in a different colorway, which is nice to see. Like in blue colorway there. And then for the rest of the faces, yeah, like they're just pretty like a standard deck. Like the pips and the suits are just normal pips and suits. Then you got the custom core cards like always, like the OPC always has these little hidden like Easter eggs within their decks. Like all the core cards have some kind of like related item, like food item or whatever. The deck is in this case is the cookie edition, so they have cookie related items in their hands, and they have that like different colorway there. So overall, pretty nice design. And then for the handling, I don't know if it's just me and the room that I'm in, or it could be the cards because they are printed by a manufacturer that I don't handle too much. I have a little bit in the past, but not like over too much. Like I didn't feel like they handled the best, but that could just be my experience. But they could handle better for other people. It all just depends. Like they weren't like terrible. Definitely no like plastic coated deck or nothing like that. But they still handle pretty decently. It's not like a flawless handling or anything, but they still do handle pretty nice. It's just not the best. It's not the best handling OPC deck that I've handled, but they still do handle and perform. But with that being said, I hope you enjoyed, and this has been day 237 of your daily deck review, and this has been the Dunkers Chocolate Sandwich Cookie, or the Dunkers Cookie Edition from Organic Playing Cards. And I'm the Canadian Card Collector, signing out. That's the video. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.